Good evening. This is my brother is still here with me today, so we are going to continue our series of podcasts. Most of you who watched that video on the topic, this is on money. This is an old book, American book, which came nearly 100 years ago. This book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. The questions he is going to ask me are based on that book. You could look at my interpretation. My interpretation and the interpretation in the book would slightly differ. I have not read that book in a decade. And the main thing is, this is my version of the answers. His version of the answers will be 100 years old. You can always go back and compare the notes. You would find it very interesting. Thank you.
Next, he talks about the 5 laws of gold. These are supposed to be how to preserve it.
Yeah, how to preserve wealth.
Yeah. The first law of gold. He advises, very similar to the first cure, that to start saving towards your building a wealth. So he says, gold cometh gladly and in increasing quantity to any man who will put by nonetheless 1/10 of his earning to create an estate for his future and for his family.
So I am talking the same thing. I said instead of 1/10, you put 1/30th. You have to save 1/3 today because of inflation.
True. And the second law of gold is very similar to the third cure, where he talks about savings, compounding, and growing the wealth. He says, gold laboreth diligently and contently for the wise owner who finds it profitable employment, multiplying even as the flocks of the field.
Very clearly, I wrote about it in my book. And this has happened in our house before we made this a flat. I ate a mango and threw it.
Yes.
And that became a tree. And my mother used to keep telling us.
Correct.
And that tree gave several mangoes. Till for building the flats, we cut it. It was the most miserable thing in my life.
Yes, true. If you don't plant seeds, you will not find
trees. So, how many seeds you are planting with your gold is what he is talking about.
True. The third law of gold, he says, similar to the fourth cure, where he's saying you have to be patient and have a long-term view. So, what does a long-term view mean?
Long-term view. I think I like this quote of, this introduced Spinoza to me, of course. I got to know Spinoza because of this. In Intelligent Investor, in one of the chapters, Benjamin Graham has a habit of writing a philosophical quote. So he introduces Benedict Spinoza, or the Spinoza the heretic. If you look things with an aspect of eternity, they become eternity.
True.
So now let me give you an example from one of our legacy holdings. I think we paid 10 rupees a share for Dr. Reddy. I remember the day I filled up the paper.
You and Dad, yes.
Yes, I filled it and we got 100 shares.
True.
That 100 shares has nearly become 1,000 shares thanks to several bonus issues and one stock split he did.
True.
And the stock price, let's not even talk about it. Let's not even count the dividends we have got and blown up over this period of time.
True.
Yeah.
But that also applies to that. Did we apply out of every 10 companies you guys apply?
Yeah, but even 2 companies it hits off.
True. You guys invest in 10, 12 companies, out of which only 1 or 2 actually.
Yeah, no, but
Infosys is another success.
For
every Infosys you had quite a few.
Yeah, but then that Infosys made more money than the money all my real estate made.
That's true. Okay. The fourth, I think that was, we spoke the third law. Now we're talking about the fourth law of gold. Like what Buffett says, in investing in what you know, not investing in something you do not know. So like something like in a company or in a share, to do your research, to do your due diligence before you invest in it.
Yeah, that's what we didn't do between me and my father. We were picking up every bloody IPO that came and we were putting in. And we
Those were different times though.
No, those were different times. It came at 10 rupees.
Correct. Most IPOs were at 10 rupees.
10 rupees. I still hold some of these companies, so my father could afford to do it.
True.
In the sense that he put 10,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees in 10 companies. Even one paid off. Then it's more money than many of the houses he made. But you don't get IPOs at those prices anymore. And this is the reason why Buffett has never invested in IT stocks. You invest in what you know. And this is why I have not invested in any startups. People keep on asking me, why don't you do startups? Why don't you do unlisted companies? I have neither got any unlisted company,
nor have we had
any startup.
Any startup. The fifth law of gold, he says, gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings or followeth an alluring advice of tricksters and schemesters, or who trust in his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment.
This
basically saying don't get aggressive.
Don't get aggressive, don't get foolish. This is what he is talking about, the Emu incident in Tamil Nadu that happened. or the
Oh,
Anubhav.
we were famous, all the benefit funds we had.
Yeah, Anubhav Tree, Roy Peta Benefit Fund, Ramesh Cars, and today's cryptocurrencies is another extension of this.
Goes back all the way to Tulip.
Goes back all the way 500 years to Tulip.
Correct.
And whatever we discuss today, you could relate it to Buffett, right? But Buffett was born in 1932. This book was written in 1926.
Correct.
This is 6 years before Buffett was born.
True.
This is when Graham had not yet realized what went wrong.
Correct.
Graham realized what went wrong in 1929.
True.
This man wrote this book, Golden Rules, not only when the currency was,
Yeah, but it was right out of the stock market crash.
no, just before the crash. This is 1926.
Oh, yeah, correct. Sorry, 1926. Correct.
That's what the beauty is.
True.
This is before the great crash of 1929.
True.
This is before the Benjamin Graham wrote Intelligent Investor.
True.
This is even before Warren Buffett was born. Warren was born 6 years after this.
True.
Benjamin Graham learnt everything in 1929. After the Benjamin Graham got wiped out in 1929. Irving Fisher got wiped out in 1929. And this book was written all before that.
True.
So this is a really wise old book. You must all read it. Look at the provisos that we have discussed today. Read it. I hope you find this book enjoyable. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. नमस्कार, मेरा नाम आनंद श्रीनिवासन है और मैं एक पर्सनल फाइनेंस कंसल्टेंट हूँ। मैं 2 YouTube चैनल चलाता हूँ पर्सनल फाइनेंस के बारे में। एक मनी पेज तमिल में है। मेरे बहुत से दोस्त बोले कि मैं हिंदी में एक चैनल शुरू करूं, तो मैंने एक पैसा बोलता है नाम का एक हिंदी चैनल शुरू किया है। मैं पर्सनल निवेश के बारे में ही बात करूंगा। आप उसको सब्सक्राइब करें, अपने दोस्तों को शेयर करें। अगर आप हिंदी नहीं जानते हैं तो पैसा करें। जो आपके दोस्त हिंदी जानते हैं उनको सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
For hot financial news reviews and economical updates, watch Be Rich. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.